Welcome back, everyone. Today's topic is both fascinating and, quite literally, crawling all over you. We're diving deep into the human microbiome, that vast community of tiny organisms, bacteria, fungi, viruses, and other microbes that live on and inside your body. These tiny creatures might be small, but they play a massive role in keeping you healthy and functioning. So let's explore how these microscopic hitchhikers are not just along for the ride, but are, in many ways, co-pilots of your health. The human microbiome refers to the collection of microorganisms that live in various parts of your body, including your gut, skin, mouth, and even your lungs. There are trillions of these organisms, and the most important place they hang out is your gut, particularly in the intestines. We're talking about 100 trillion bacteria, more than 10 times the number of cells in your entire body. Here's the kicker. These microbes aren't just squatters. They're vital for your health, helping to digest food, produce vitamins, regulate your immune system, and even influence your brain and mood. In fact, many scientists consider the microbiome an extra organ because of how crucial it is to your overall well-being. Before you start freaking out about being overrun by tiny creatures, remember that we've evolved alongside these microbes for millions of years. From the moment you're born, actually even before, your microbiome begins to form. Babies born vaginally pick up their first dose of bacteria from their mother during birth, while those delivered via C-section acquire a different microbial mix from the hospital environment. As you grow, you gather more microbes from food, your environment, and even other people. Your diet, lifestyle, medications like antibiotics, and many other factors shape your microbiome throughout your life. When we talk about the microbiome, we often focus on the gut microbiome because it's where the most action happens. The gut microbiome helps with digestion by breaking down food components that our bodies can't. Think fibers, starches, and complex sugars. These little microbes turn indigestible food into short-chain fatty acids and other substances that your body can absorb and use as energy. But that's not all. These microbes also produce vitamins like vitamin K and some B vitamins, which are essential for your body to function properly. In other words, without your gut microbes, you'd be nutritionally deficient in several key ways. Your microbiome also plays a crucial role in your immune system. They act as a sort of bouncer at the door to your body's nightclub, keeping harmful pathogens in check. When the microbiome is healthy and balanced, it helps protect against infections by crowding out bad bacteria and training your immune system to recognize potential threats. But when the balance gets thrown off, through poor diet, antibiotics, or illness, you can experience dysbiosis, where harmful microbes overgrow and lead to problems like inflammatory bowel disease, allergies, or even autoimmune conditions. Here's where things get really interesting. Your gut microbes also talk to your brain. This is called the gut-brain axis, a two-way communication system between the gastrointestinal tract and the central nervous system. It's one reason why we say we have gut feelings, or feel butterflies in our stomachs. Those sensations aren't just in your head, they're happening in your gut. Through the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin, yes, most of your serotonin, the happy chemical, is made in your gut. Gut bacteria influence your mood, behavior, and even mental health. In fact, some studies suggest a strong link between gut dysbiosis and conditions like depression, anxiety, and even autism. The balance of your gut microbiome may also affect how well you handle stress and how your brain processes emotions. Remember when people used to think that metabolism was purely genetic? It turns out your microbiome has a huge say in how efficiently you burn calories and how you store fat. Certain gut bacteria are more efficient at breaking down food and extracting calories than others, meaning they can either help or hinder your weight loss efforts. There's even evidence that an unhealthy microbiome can contribute to obesity and type 2 diabetes. Research has shown that people with metabolic disorders tend to have different microbial profiles compared to those without such conditions. It's not just about what you eat, but how your body processes what you eat, and your microbiome plays a starring role in that process. Speaking of diseases, the microbiome has been linked to a whole slew of them. Some researchers believe that imbalances in the microbiome can trigger diseases you wouldn't immediately associate with bacteria, like heart disease, autoimmune disorders, and even certain types of cancer. The exact mechanisms aren't fully understood, but the correlation is hard to ignore. There's also emerging evidence suggesting that maintaining a healthy microbiome may even help ward off neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. We're just scratching the surface of how deeply connected our microbial community is to our long-term health. Ever wonder why, after eating certain foods, you start craving more of the same? Well, it's not all in your head. It could be your microbiome talking. Different types of bacteria thrive on different foods. For example, bacteria that love sugar will multiply when you eat sweets. And guess what? They'll signal to your brain that they want more. In this way, your microbiome can actually influence your cravings. It's like a self-reinforcing cycle. The more of a certain food you eat, the more the bacteria that like that food thrive, and the more they make you want to eat it again. This has huge implications for things like addiction to processed foods and managing your diet in general. A healthy microbiome is a diverse microbiome. The more species of bacteria you have, the better off you'll be. So how do you keep your microbiome diverse and thriving? Diet is key. A fiber-rich diet full of fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains is like a buffet for good bacteria. On the flip side, a diet high in processed foods and low in fiber can reduce microbial diversity, potentially leading to dysbiosis. You've probably heard that probiotics and prebiotics are good for your gut. Probiotics are live bacteria found in fermented foods like yogurt, sauerkraut, and kimchi, while prebiotics are fibers that feed those good bacteria. Including both in your diet can help maintain that healthy, balanced microbiome. Now, here's where things get futuristic. Scientists are looking into ways to edit the microbiome using technologies like CRISPR. We have a full episode on this. Check it out if you haven't already. This could allow us to remove harmful bacteria or introduce beneficial strains to treat diseases. Imagine a future where instead of taking medication, you take a pill filled with specific bacteria designed to treat everything from diabetes to depression. It's still early days, but the potential is enormous. Can we mess up our microbiome? Unfortunately, yes. While the microbiome is resilient, certain lifestyle choices can severely disrupt it. Antibiotics are one of the biggest culprits because they don't just kill bad bacteria, they wipe out the good guys too. This is why taking probiotics after a course of antibiotics is recommended by many health professionals. Other things that can harm your microbiome include poor diet, chronic stress, lack of sleep, and even too much cleanliness. Yep, in our quest to eliminate germs, we may be erasing the beneficial microbes our bodies actually need. So there you have it. The human microbiome is a complex, dynamic, and incredibly important part of who we are. From regulating digestion and metabolism to influencing mood and immune function, these tiny organisms affect almost every aspect of your health. And while there's still much to learn, one thing is clear: we're not alone in our bodies. Good news is, with the right diet, lifestyle, and maybe even some future CRISPR tweaks, we can cultivate a healthy microbiome that works for us, not against us. That's it for today. Take care of those microscopic friends of yours, and I'll see you next time.